Go.
Good everybody, Robett Hollis here. Welcome to Frontside. This morning, with all the latest updates with Facebook Live, opening up the APIs for a whole bunch of different bits and pieces, I thought it would be time to update and recheck with where we're at in terms of Facebook Live, technology and all the different bits and pieces. So what we've come up with behind, if you've been following some of our stuff, we've had the Go Bag 1.0, Go Bag 2.0, Go Bag 3.0, we did a little podcast sort of setup, and now we've stepped up to another little bit which is pretty interesting. Now what it is behind me is I want to kind of talk you through the setup of what we've got. Essentially I've got a theory that now with this here we potentially might be able to actually extend out the opportunities around Facebook Live with what it can do. So what we have in a nutshell is a 3-person interview setup, and if you come on through, I'll give you the run around.
Hey, it's kind of dark.
Is it dark?
Is it an interview? Dark or is it?
Actually, okay, we're saving this team. Don't worry. Give me 1 sec.
Real life.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Rookie moves, we're fine.
Rookie,
Us get the mix. Okay, come on close.
Yeah.
So this here, so we've got 3 XLR mics which plug into one of these, a multi-mix 8 USB effects things. Now the interesting thing is here you've got 3 XLR inputs which also leaves you a 4th. This should just fit into one simple go bag. The interesting thing is here, so basically now you can have the chance in real time to be able to change the audio, control the different channels across in there. But where it gets interesting is this here. On this side, we've basically got 2 outputs, which basically your audio outs, which is great. So now we've got 3 mics in, boom, audio out, and the audio comes through to this here. And this is a TRS to TROS adapter, which plugs into a 3.5mm input, which goes into the iPhone 6, not the 7, because that 7 shit's whack with the adapter, which I flippin' hate. But the good news is, this basically means this is just the audio. Now the video, I don't know if you're following it here. I'm going to do this. How do I do this? There you go. I start to move this around. Oh my gosh, what am I doing?
Oh,
we're going meta.
Hey,
we're going meta. I'll tell you what, it's this thing right here. So this is, we've got a Wi-Fi connector into an Osmo, and this Osmo is connected Wi-Fi into this phone, and then basically it's set up here, but if I basically hold this here, I can control it, and in real time I can control what's going around, and if you can see, that's moving there, which is great, and then now it's cool. You can control all this out. So the interesting thing for this is you can go audio detached into this, input into the 3.5mm. You can control this wirelessly, have this on you, connect it to an Osmo, and even pick this up and be able to move it around. And on the other side, what I've connected up on these 2 screens is I've got a YouTube live stream, which is sponsored by Toys R Us, and it's a giraffe at a zoo doing some very cool giraffe things. And then on the other side, basically we just brought up a TweetDeck sort of Twitter feed, which is controlled by here. So we've got 2 laptops running, one on each different screen, one synced up so it will be identical. The other one we've just controlled out through a mini display port on the output of the second laptop. We have the, obviously, and then the audio as well, to be able to control the audio that's coming out from the audio sync on this one. And then the kind of the cool thing is remotely, let's say if I'm sitting down there doing interviews or whatever this thing has turned out to be, the reality is I could actually control the stream in real time. So as we've got there, like literally I just move my finger around and it's controlling it, which is super cool.
Nice.
So and then that kind of frames it up there, and very sweet. So the nutshell, those are Rode M5 mics. You get 2 of them. They come 2 in a combo of 1. I've got 4. The other interesting thing about it as well is you could actually run wireless mics into XLR output, which could be, so if you got this as a 8 section audio mic, which is also easy, that's possible too, plug out. But the interesting thing for me is what you'd be able to do is, if I'm sitting down there with someone else, I could almost control my own show, stream it live to Facebook from here, get comments and stuff, be able to interact with it, and then as it's sitting down there, you're kind of controlling all of it. So you've got detached visuals which can shift, you've got real-time things, you've got live streaming there, all synced up out of a cell phone. So we're kind of hacking it together. Right now, if I was a brand in New Zealand, I'd be looking to do ways to be able to basically take this type of setup and think creatively about content and use it, especially on social media platforms, which I think is interesting. Mark my words, someone's going to hack this and commercialize on social sometime in the next 9 months. I'm really interested about that. If you've got any questions, feel free to hit me up, ask any questions there. I might get back to them later. If not, I'll be trying to figure out how to hack more of this. So a little bit of research and development for the team here at Frontside. Very fun. I think we've found a way where I can almost have like a full-time mini sort of setup here people to be able to come through. I think that is good, and I will see you guys soon.
Tamati made a comment, and Craig.
Tamati, what did Tamati say?
Oh, it's gone now, but it's something about a great setup and go
cheers,
hard.
Tamati. That man.
Craig said sick setup. Craig Cleveland.
God, shot Craig.
Yeah.
Props to you too. All right, well, see you guys soon, and really appreciate it. Hopefully, if you need any stuff, this has been a hack, but we've hacked together, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Peace. Tamati's got a question. Do you want
Stuff you, Tamati. Okay, what do you want, Tamati?
Bro, are you listing this kit anyway?
Yeah, I'll probably list it below. But to walk through it, it's the Rode M5. I got this from the Rock Shop. It's just an iPhone 6, not the 7. So you can also, because what I wanted to do actually with it's a good question, is I wanted to be able to have a portable power outlet to connect onto the back of there, which meant that you could then have it remotely to go a long time. And also the other thing is the Osmo. This battery only probably lasts about 15-20 minutes, but you can get an extender pack which can also plug in. So what I'd like to do is then be able to have it so you can go full remote wireless lapels, and then you can basically cruise around and do whatever. But I do like the idea of a podcast / full-time setup which you can have statically and then be able to move outside of it as well, which is pretty cool too. But yeah, I'll line it all up. Anyway, see you guys soon. Really appreciate it. And a bit of R&D for the boys at Frontside. Peace.
Cheers.